Hey, what's up everybody? Nexel here.
Hi, I'm Daphne, and this is Charity.
So today I have a special guest, Daphne, on the channel. And if you wanted to follow her, she does some voice acting. She also does some drawing. You can follow her at, what are the links?
You just search Daphne Needs to Go. We'll put a link in the description.
Yeah, there'll be some links in the description for you guys to check out her artwork and check out some of her voice work. But today we are playing Kingdom Hearts Union Cross, and the main reason Daphne is here with us is because we are pulling into the Disney Tsum banner that just came out today. Daphne is a very avid Tsum collector.
I'm a self-proclaimed Tsum enthusiast.
I don't know, man. You have a lot.
I have like 200, but I counted that last year, so I
So she's an avid Tsum collector, and you know, while she's collecting Tsums, I guess there's no difference if they're medals. So I guess she's gonna aim for all the medals too. We did just do 4 pulls on her account. That video will be uploaded tomorrow for you guys to check out. But for today, let's actually just go over the banner and, you know, just talk about it, see what's good about it, what's not good about it, and just go into all the details as far as we can possibly go. So this is the Tsum banner. It did come out 7 days before I expected it. I expected it to come out when Sora and Riku line icons came out on the line messaging app. But I guess they released it a little bit earlier than that. So this is going to be a campaign that lasts until September 21st. So you have 13 days to pull for these medals here. It's going to be again, cute but powerful, and also limited time medals. So as far as I know, these medals only came once in Japan, meaning that when this banner goes, there's no telling if they'll come back, there's no telling when they'll come back. We have no sort of scale to measure when they'll come back. So if you're an avid fan of Tsums, definitely pull into this banner just for how I mean, look at how adorable they look.
like marshmallows.
They're little tiny marshmallows that will deal you damage. But let's go into the deal details. So it's going to be a 10 medal pull, and you're guaranteed 1 Tsum medal. It could be any of the 4, and it could come either 1 to 3 orbed, as well as if you get I believe it's Mickey and Minnie, the Pooh and Friends, or the Mickey and Friends. That one's going to come, it could come boosted with plus 1,000 strength. And if you get the Sora and Riku boosted, that's going to come with plus 1,000 strength and plus 1,000 defense. Keep in mind that it does have, the other 9 medals are 5-star plus, meaning you could pull into another premium. So that's, again, just a slim chance, but definitely worth noting that it's still possible. Alright, so here we go, talking about the boosted. Again, the regular Tsums, the Tsum Pooh and Pals, Mickey and Minnie, and Mickey and Pals can have 1,000 more base strength, whereas the Sora and Riku can have 1,000 more base strength and defense. Alright, so let's take a look at these medals. Look at how cute they are.
Cute.
Does Charity approve?
Charity
approves. Okay. So these are our medals here, and let's go ahead and just read over the effects. So Tsum, Sora, and Riku, it's going to be an upright magic, and it is going to have tier 5 strength. It's going to deal hits that ignore target attributes, so it's going to have weakness against all traits, or against all elements, no matter what they are. So power, speed, magic, it'll still do the critical weakness damage, the yellow text that shows up when you hit for weakness. And it's going to lower target defense by 2 tiers for 2 turns. It does come at the high gauge cost of 5, but when you're lowering defense by 2, that's actually really, really good, especially if you get extra attack, or especially if you're going to use it in Coliseum. That's minus 4 tiers of defense going into that second turn. Moving on to the other ones, we have the Tsum Pooh and Pals, which is going to be the power upright version. It is going to have tier 4 strength, and it's going to deal 6 hits that ignore attributes, so just like the Sora and Riku, and it's going to lower target defense by 1 tier for 1 turn. So all enemies minus 1 tier of general defense for 1 turn. It's going to cost 1 gauge, and the rest of them are actually pretty similar, with the Mickey and Minnie being the speed upright version, and the Tsum Mickey and Pals being the magic upright version. Now, what are my thoughts on this banner? So this banner, unfortunately, is actually pretty outdated, just because now we have a lot of things that do minus 2 general defense down, which is the main reason why you would have these, unless you can guilt them, unless you could get good traits on them. So these medals are unfortunately outdated, minus the Sora and Riku, which will give you that -2 tiers of general defense down, and if you get extra attack on it going into that second turn, you're going to actually have -7, which is the maximum. So aside from that one medal, unfortunately the rest of them are pretty outdated, but again, it's a fun banner. It's just like the World of Final Fantasy one, where you pull into it for the fandom, and also because they ignore attribute, which is also really good. So if you are a pay-to-play player, I would definitely consider skipping this banner, especially since they had a recent announcement that HD Roxas is actually going to come out towards the end of this banner, and it's going to have a 5 mercy pull for HD Xion, which is going to be, I believe, the tier 6 version of Naminé, HD Naminé, and she's going to be reversed red. So that's really, really good. To be able to pull into 5 and guarantee that copy medal is actually pretty good. So if you're pay to play, definitely consider skipping out on this if you want to save your jewels for that 5 mercy pull. Again, it's just speculation. It's just what we saw from a little sneak peek that Square accidentally gave out. Apparently it was an accident. I'm not really sure. But yeah, definitely consider saving your jewels. If you are free to play, I would consider pulling into this mainly because you get strength against all attributes. It's a guaranteed general defense down medal. So if you need that general defense down, again, this is guaranteed. You get at least 1 general defense down medal for all enemies. It does hit for weakness damage on all of them. So if you're free to play, you don't have a good medal set, this is definitely a good option, especially if you could guilt one. That would be really, really good. So it's really up to your playstyle. It's really up to what you have currently, how often you run the Coliseum, because general defense down is pretty necessary for Coliseum. But yeah, those are my thoughts on this banner. And actually, one more thing that I missed is that all these medals get 3 traits. So if you're able to pull, it's a lot of pulls, but if you're able to pull into 4 of the same one, not only are you for sure going to get guilt, but you'll also get 3 traits for the medal. So that means you could have things like extra attack, and then both of the enemy defense -6 traits, 60 traits. You can have damage and raids, and then a -60 trait, and then extra attack. So there's a lot of possibilities having 3 traits, but again, you'd have to pull a lot, and unfortunately the medals are sort of outdated, but Guilted, I'm sure they do really, really well. But with that being said, that wraps up sort of my first view commentary on these guys, and you know, I am gonna do one poll, just one, and see if we can.
He's really excited.
It's just gonna be one poll to see if I could get something good, see if I can get that Sora and Riku or a boosted medal.
Oh.
So let's go ahead and do our one. All right, here we go, and go. All right. I said this. Yeah, I said this in the other video. What if it was reversed? That'd be actually really sad.
I'm gonna kick in Charity's face.
What if it was like dark Tsum?
The secret medal.
Okay, okay. Wait, I've never had a Lucifer before? Really? I'll be darned. All right. Well, here it is. It is the Mickey and Minnie Tsum. Oh, it only came 1 orbed. Ooh, the game is like taunting me to pull for more.
So is Charity.
But as far as I am concerned right now, this is going to be my one pull for this banner, just because I do want to save up for that HD that HD Xion copy medal that is prospectively coming out with the Illustrated Roxas EX banner that was kind of spoiled for us. But with that being said, again, this is Nexel.
And this is Daphne and Charity.
And links to Daphne's artist stuff, the voice acting and the drawing and the painting will be in the links below. Go ahead, check her out if you guys are available or free, or just want to check out some new art or some new voice acting.
Yay.
Alright, but until the next video, everyone, take it easy.
Bye bye.